campaign to deliver justice to the people of Torquay Town Centre, led by the Queen of Town Centre Hearts, Miss Tracy Ireland, has sustained an attack from within. However, in the fine words of 75-year-old, birthday boy, Sir Elton John, I'm still standing, and so is Tracy and her growing number of fans. They are more committed than ever to make sure Torquay Council takes local poverty, desperate housing conditions, and all the social problems that it creates, as a humanitarian concern, rather than being concerned about the profits of landlords. It's early morning in Melville Street, the nocturnal sounds of domestic violence, street fighting, breaking glass and howling dogs have fallen silent. Now, it is the turn of Torquay's parking enforcement officers to make their daily debut. They buzz around cars in the sun's first rays. Their nectar is the money of local car users, who, in the eyes of the council, are perpetrators of the most serious crime of all. When someone fails to remove their vehicle from a council car park before overnight passes expire, anyone who makes money for themselves is always held with regard. So local drugs dealer A.J. Coburn is on his way to deliver some crack cocaine to one of his customers in Abbey Road. Meanwhile, the council coffin waits patiently for some poor unsuspecting soul to fall down those dangerous stone steps to meet their maker. The decision to provide a coffin on standby was seen as a cost-effective alternative to closing the treacherous right-of-way, or make the area safe for the public to use, especially when the council's priority has always been to fund humongous salaries to their friends of friends, and public servants, who habitually bind themselves in red tape to avoid doing anything to improve the lives of ordinary local people living in Torquay Town Centre. My valves are overheating, so without further ado, let's join Terri. She's on the left, and poor old Auntie Joan, who is still recovering from having been the victim of an online hate campaign. At first, it seemed that the resident behind the vile messages had simply gone mad after too long living in Melville Street. However, it seems more likely that she has joined the Yellow Order. They despise Tracy Ireland with a vengeance, and will destroy anyone who criticizes the Liberal Democrats.
Joan, you can hold your head high on these streets. All the lies Monjita put out on social media about you was unforgivable. But no one believed her. It is obvious that she was enticed into membership of the Yellow Order. They are fuming because they can't find Tracy's secret bunker in the foothills of Melville Hill, and can't destroy her campaign to bring justice to the residents of the town centre. So, they targeted you instead, being one of Tracy's closest friends and all that.
So, what did Monjita say when you confronted her about all her behavior on the internet?
Oh, she played the victim all right. At one point, she suggested I was bullying her for wanting an explanation about why she had attacked you on the internet. She said how she wanted to pay you back for not staying in touch with her during the lockdown. She tried to convince me you had abandoned her with her abusive boyfriend in their squalid Melville Street bedsit. She went on about how he was shoplifting down at Carter's, and even got barred. I didn't believe a word of it, Joan.
Did she not say how I would buy marshmallows for her nephew when I went down to Carter's, while he was staying with Monjita, because his own mother couldn't cope? How I gave her some witch hazel to soothe the bruise that her boyfriend gave her, moments after he had taken a hit of some dodgy heroin that was going cheap in the Golden Triangle? Does she not recall how we couldn't visit each other's homes during lockdown? We weren't members of the Tory party who carried on as normal.
Joan, you don't owe anyone an explanation. Monjita is a liar. In fact, it wasn't her boyfriend who was the only person responsible for giving her bruises. She got a proper shiner from Skater after Monjita told her that she wanted to end their relationship.
I didn't know that, Terri.
There's a lot that goes on around here, Joan, that you don't know about. You need to be a step ahead at all times. I asked Monjita point blank if she was having an affair with ward councillor Mrs. Precious Love. It crossed my mind that our hate campaign against you was driven by her passion, wanting to impress her female lover in the ivory tower high above Castle Circus.
Did she confess or allude to being intimate with ward councillor, Mrs. Precious Love.
Don't be daft, Joan. I went straight in with a large portion of my tongue, so she closed up pretty damn quick, rather like a clam. However, Monjita cannot hide her yellow skin, and everything she wears is a shade of yellow. It looks like she's painted the walls in her living room yellow. Mind you, any paint will peel off. The wallpaper has curled at the edges, everywhere is affected by damp. Don't forget, Joan, Monjita lives in one of Cordelia Palm Bay of Palmlet's properties, just like me.
Well, Terri, I will do my best to try and forget this dreadful episode. However, living around here has given me resilience. I know time is a great healer. Unless Monjita offers me an apology and admits the truth, I will always give her a wide berth. On another matter entirely, when is Cordelia Palm Bay of Palmlets going to repair your window? The glass is falling onto the street below. Someone will get killed if a shard plunges into their neck. There are so many dangers in Melville Hill.
One of the men from the DOS house stretched out of my window, and has put some hardboard on the outside to try and stop glass falling onto the street. I couldn't live with myself if a child was cut to bits.
What a pity Cordelia Palm Bay of Palmlets and Torquay Council aren't as concerned about the welfare of local people as you are, Terri. If they were, all these broken and damaged windows around here would have been repaired months and months ago. Talking about Cordelia Palm Bay of Palmlets, she was standing next to the rubbish bins, talking to Skater when I arrived. I'm pretty sure that she was blatantly smoking a joint. She certainly lives up to being a rogue landlady.
I'm glad I've got hold of you. I want more rent.
I can't afford to pay you any more money, Cordelia. I'm already relying on the food bank. You get all my housing benefit money.
I don't get paid to listen to your problems, stupid girl. You're just a cash cow to me. However, I need an extra $5 from you each week. The cost of living has gone up, and my gardener wants more money to trim the bushes. You're not that rank. A man might pay $10 each week for favors his wife won't perform. Money can always be found if you've a mind to look for it. That's why my family is so rich, and we are so revered up at the town hall. Money and power go hand in hand in Torquay.